Hello and welcome to another episode of Crop Block. Okay, this is going to be a solo episode today. It's not a normal recording day for LR and I to get together and do this. Don't worry, I'm not going to be completing any quests. Without her, it's not fair to her viewers. But I do want to do a couple of things, as you know, it's still the beginning of the week actually for me. We got a few days before we get together, and I do want to do a couple of things like build our tinker smeltery, since we did all the pieces in the last episode, and also I want to show you a little bit of Agricraft and how it works. If you haven't seen any of our regrowth series, either Lady Randoms or mine, Agricraft might not be something you understand if you're new to modded Minecraft or Java Minecraft, or if you've done modded but never used Agricraft. Let me just kind of explain what we meant by getting our seeds up to 10, 10, 10 and what's involved in that process. So let's start with that real quick. So I have already gotten all of these essences here. If we look at them, you see it says growth, gain, and strength are all at 10, 10, 10. I've already done all the work on all those. Also on the carrots, wheat, and beans. I am still working on the pumpkins, potatoes, and beetroot, as well as the dandelions. Second floor, all of these are all up to 10, 10, 10 as well. And the sugar cane is also up to 10, 10, 10. And then I added a third floor onto this so that we could do our obsidian. Get that started up here, because we still want like these two rows here to be essences, and these two rows on this side to be crops. And that's why I didn't just put that down here. I mean, we probably could have, and then eventually moved it upstairs. But in our episodes coming up later on, we're probably going to be getting more crop seeds, and I want to make sure we have room for those as well as the essences. So, what does it mean to get seeds up to 10, 10, 10? So let's take a look again here. So you have growth, gain, and strength. Growth means that the higher the value that is, the faster that crop will grow back. So a 1, 1, 1, so it goes from 1, 1, 1 up to 10, 10, 10. So values of 1 to 10 on each of those three things. So growth is how fast it will grow back. So if I pick this piece of wheat here, this is 10, 10, 10, it should grow back 10 times quicker, basically, or a lot quicker at least, than standard wheat will. So as you can see, it went from 12% to 25% in just a couple of seconds after picking that. So that's what the growth signifies. See, it's just jumping up fairly quickly, so your crops will grow a lot faster for you. Okay, gain means that you're going to get more in return from harvesting your crops. So like a 1, 1, 1 crop, you might only get a single item out of it. So like, you know, if you got normal vanilla land and you got wheat planted, you dig it up, you get 1 wheat and maybe 1 seed out of it. With this, so here we got 1 wheat plant here. If I right click on this, we got 8 wheat out of that 1 planting there. So that's what the gain is for. The higher the gain number, the more of a chance you have of maxing out the number. And I think it's up to 8. It could be more. I'm not certain, but I know like on the 1.7 version, I think it maxes out at 4, or at least in the regrowth pack. It might be something that's configurable. I don't know that much about the configuration of it. But yeah, that's what gain is for. Strength, it doesn't really play a thing in either this or regrowth, and that is the plant's ability to resist weeds. Weeds are something, they are turned off in this pack as well as in the regrowth pack. Some packs do have the weeds turned on. So you have a chance of weeds growing in place of your plant, or you might have a plant and then a weed would grow and kill it off or something like that. So that's what strength is for. It really doesn't affect anything we're doing in this particular mod pack, but that's what those 3 values mean. Now, how do you increase those values? Well, in 1.7, you could do a set it and forget it, or you can do the method that I'm doing here, because unfortunately we tried doing the set it and forget it in the last episode, where LR had done what we called, snaking it, where you put a bunch of crop sticks in a line like this, like in a U shaped here, and then you just plant one and let it propagate across, and by the time it gets to the end, the value of the last one is higher than the value of the first one. Well, unfortunately, it doesn't work that way in this pack, and it might be a version thing, it might be something the way it's configured, I don't know, but it doesn't work that way. So we have to do the other method, and that's where we have to crossbreed the plants with each other in order to carry the traits over from one to the other. So, for example, here I have these 4 crops of potato with an empty space in the middle. Now I've got all these are the same. This is a 10-10-8, so we're almost up to a 10-10-10. So I want to get, you need at least 2 to do this. You get better chances if you have 4. Because it's going to borrow from the traits of the 2 parents, or in this case the 4 parents, in order to increase the stats of the one that you're trying to grow. So what we need to do is we need to put in a set of double crop sticks. So there's 1 and then 2, or you can just do a shift right click on it to plant a double crop stick. Now what this does is it allows this plant and these other 3 plants to propagate together into a new plant in the center and carry the and hopefully this will be a higher value than everything else, and normally it is. Just a moment ago I did have one pop up, but it turned out to be the exact same value as these outside ones, so that can happen, but more than likely it's probably going to be a 10-10-9 the next time through. It might even jump all the way up to 10-10-10, which would be nice, because then we'd be finished with potatoes. So where are we at with our beets? We're at 10-8-10. So it's just kind of random as to what traits get incremented when you do the breeding. And the pumpkins are 10-9-10. So these should definitely jump up to 10-10-10 by the next time they breed. So what happens is when they do crossbreed, it'll jump over into this spot, this top top crop stick will pop off, and you'll have a new plant in the center, which will be the one that you want to work with. So what I've been doing, so we just did that here with our dandelions. Same thing, we're at 3-3-2, 5-4-4, 4-3-4, and 5-3-5 on all the outside ones, and the middle one is not yet analyzed. So let's go ahead and dig that one up real quick. And we're going to come over here and we're going to put our dandelion seed in the seed analyzer. I'm going to let it do its thing. And then we're going to grab it out of the chest. This is the one. So we're at a 6-4-6. So what I would normally do then is I would find the one that has the lowest value, which is probably this 3-3-2. Yeah, it'd be the 3-3-2. Remove that seed, and then replace it with the 6-4-6. And now whatever, and you wait for this to mature, and then you put down your double cross sticks in the center and allow that to do its thing. And then this should be somewhere a lot higher than these outside ones, or at least higher than the lowest values of these ones here when it does its thing. The other way we can do it is to use the clippers, and the clippers don't always work, and I'll show you that here in a minute. I've got to wait for this to get above 25%, so it's at 37% here. So let me go ahead and I'm gonna put away this yellow dye, and as you can see, I made some more of these engineering crates, the crates And so this is all filled with stone and essences, elemental essences. This is all metal and gems. I just filled this sucker up. Since I'm doing the crossbreeding and everything grows up fast, I may as well just get us a good supply while we're doing this. And the food, I've got most of it up there, so I'm still got to collect more, because I do want to get like at least a full row of each. That's just kind of an OCD thing for me. All right, so this seed here we're never going to use again, so I've just been taking the seeds that we're replacing, and I'm just throwing them away. Otherwise we'd have just stacks upon stacks of seeds that are different values that are absolutely worthless to us. So let me go ahead and dig these 3 up as well. And I'm going to put down our crop sticks here, because this one was our highest value. So let me just go ahead and clean this up again. And I'm going to come and get rid of these other 3 seeds. Okay. So now we only have, well, what's in this chest are about, we have 18 111s from playing around before. But the rest of it is, and then we got this one that's a 646, which is now at 62%. So you can see how fast it's growing now compared to what it originally was at a 111. So we're going to take our clippers and we're going to right click on these, and I'm going to get, and it creates seed packets. Now you have to be above 25% in order to do it. See, it won't let me make a seed packet unless it's at least 37%. So I've got 3 seed packets, and I'm going to try to transplant these seeds into here. So there's one. Okay, so that one worked. That one worked. And that one worked. Sometimes you'll get it, say, where the cutting did not take. And then you just kind of wait and then get another cutting and try planting it again. So now I've got 4 plants that are all 646. So that gives us better odds at this becoming something much higher, a 7 or an 8 or something like that. So that is the gist of Agricraft and how to get these things to work a little bit better and get stronger seeds. So we've got these other ones over here. Let's check these real quick. Okay, so our pumpkins are still not there. Our potatoes are not there. Okay, we got our beets. Let's go ahead and dig this one out of the center. All right, so let's see what our beetroot is at. Currently unidentified. Okay, and that one is at a 10, 9, 10. So we are almost there. So we'll just do the same thing that we did over there. So we're going to dig up these 4 here. And then I'm going to put down 1 more crop sticks. I'm going to plant this one here. And I'm going to wait for it to get up high enough, make some clippings, transplant those, wait for it to grow to maturity on all 4 of them, and then put down our crop sticks in the center and wait for it to propagate. So these 4 seeds we don't need anymore, so let's just get rid of those. And our potatoes just came up, so let's take a look at those real quick. Potato seeds. Okay, and those are at 10, 10, 9. What were they before? Were they 10, 10, 8s? 10, 10, 8s. Okay, so we're getting there. Let's go ahead and dig up these. We'll do the exact same thing. Sometimes it'll jump up like 2, 3 points maybe. Usually 2 at the most, and I don't think I've ever really seen it jump up more than that. Okay, so we got our potatoes down. These 10, 10, 8s we can get rid of. We don't need them because we're not going to use them. There we go. All right, so let's put away our potatoes and our beets. I'm going to let this do its thing, and then we'll come back to it later on and get them going, and then I'll probably get all that finished up off camera. But that's really all there is to it. It is a bit time consuming. It took me several hours of just kind of AFK, coming back and, you know, okay, did the plants grow? Check them, do it again and again and again. So I did that yesterday, because it was Sunday, so I didn't really have much else to do. So I went ahead and did a lot of that and got it going. So let me wait till morning, and then we're going to get started. I'm going to build out an area here, just kind of extend the platform out a bit. That's why I got all these half slabs in my inventory, and then we're going to set up our Tinker Smeltery. So I'll be back with you in just a moment. All right, it's a new morning here. We could have just worked through the night, but I just want to make sure you got enough light when I'm doing things. So anyways, while we were waiting, our dandelions they propagated up. We've got a new level here, 776. Some just did the same thing. So let me just go ahead and do the clipper thing here. See, clipping did not take. And that one didn't take either. It's every once in a while they just don't take. The higher your strength value is on these, it should have a better chance of taking. So there we go. So we're just going to let those grow, and we're just going to keep getting those up to 10, 10, 10 as well. Now I don't know if it's really necessary to do it with the flowers. How much dye are we going to need, unless, you know, the dye is used for other weird things. But I think we also have dye seeds in this that we're going to have to unlock eventually. I mean, the only other thing is they could be used for crossbreeding to get our Botania flowers. So there's that. Also, one other thing that you'll see, it'll probably be in the next episode when we start getting back into doing more with the crossbreeding to get additional seeds in our quests, is that the higher level seeds. So let's say we're doing something. Let's take a look at our quest book real quick, just to give you a preview of what we got coming up here. So let's take a look in here. So if we come into regular crops here, so one of the next things we're going to need to do is melons, because melons are used, it looks like, for they're crossbred from sugarcane and carrots, it looks like. But they're also involved with scallions and other things in here. So let's take a look at melons. So it's breeding pumpkins and sugarcane. Okay. So if I've got pumpkin seeds up to 10, 10, 10, and I've got sugarcane seeds also at 10, 10, 10, when I crossbreed, when I finally get the melons, they're going to start off at a value of 5, 5, 5. Instead of 1, 1, 1. So they're going to have a huge advantage starting out for us as well. So that's one of the reasons we want to bring everything up in value, because it helps us the further along we get for the newer crops that we're going to be crossbreeding to get to complete our quests. We'll deal with those numbers as well. Okay, well, anyways, let's build out here a bit. I've got about 2.5 stacks of half slabs here, and LR wanted to build the platform out this way a bit. I'm going to kind of come into the middle of this area here, and this is one thing I wish that Java had that Bedrock does have, is the build out in front of you, because in Bedrock you could just come here and click and place blocks in front of you, and that the whole point of that was because of it being on like phones and tablets and stuff like that, where the controls are a little more difficult to use. But oh well, I digress. It is what it is. It would just be lovely to have something like that in here. Maybe a mod maker could do that for us. So that should be good there. So it's 3. I want to make it the total width. We might later. Let me just kind of get this. Yeah, it's one nice thing about one in this mod pack. I just used up the last of it and it automatically gave me the next stack of slabs. So I probably should go out a little bit wider than this. just do it the total width, I guess. May as well. Oops. I've also been collecting a lot of the trees, well, you know, because they take forever to grow, but it's nice that, you know, if I'm doing a little bit of AFK, I'm waiting for these crops to grow, well, the trees are going to grow as well, so that helps out a bit. All right, we'll just put on a couple of torches here. We hit F7 real quick. We got the light level overlay in here, so that kind of helps out a bit. Some torches. Put one over here in this corner. Put one right in there. That should be good. We're gonna probably put the Tinker's smeltery in the center here. Yeah, we'll just build it on top. So let me go ahead and turn that back off. All right, so down here we've got everything that we need for our Tinker smeltery. I'm probably going to make more of these seared bricks. I've got these. So let me just see if I can remember how to do this. It's been a while since I've done a Tinker smeltery. So let me see, where's our center? That's right in here. Okay. Got that. Let me see. Got some dirt over here. I got dirt in here. All right. Hopefully you know what the Tinker smeltery is, but if not, it's a fantastic mod that is great for making tools and things like that, and in most mod packs it's used for ore doubling. So if I put, say, a stack of iron ore into the smeltery, I get back 2 stacks of iron ingots. Okay, so like this. Okay, so we need, in the center, let me see, we got our, let's see, there's our tank, controller, drains. Let me go ahead and grab these two. Alright, so our controller goes in the center here. Put the tank. I want to put it there. Yeah. That's what I will do. No, I'll just do it this way. I was going to make a second tank. We don't need to. I'm going to put a drain here and a drain here. Now that should give us a functioning smeltery, and it does. So a minimum smeltery, I think, can be like a one block area on the inside, but you do have to have a tank and a control and at least one drain on there. And this could be set in the ground, but it's best to be above the ground in this case, because we need the drains here so that we can put our faucets on there. So I put one there, one here, and then we could put down our casting basin and our casting table. So, or we can even do them on the same side if we want to. I don't have a pick. I'll just leave it there for now. So just put down your casting basin there, or table there and the basin there. So the basin is used for making blocks, and the table is what you use for casting items. So you have to make templates that you put down on here. Is that what they're called? Templates? Let's see that. Tinkers. Okay, these are the patterns. So we need to make like pattern tables and stuff like that. And there might be a quest for that. So let me check that real quick. And what are these things called? I think it's patterned. No, templates. Oh, plates. Plates. No, those are the plates. Never mind. No. Tables that we need. These are different tools that you can make out of all the different types of materials. Oh, there we go. Casts. So you have to make casts that you use. They're made out of aluminum, brass, or gold. We don't have gold yet, but we do have the aluminum brass. So we can definitely make our casts. And then you pour your items there. The tank holds lava, and this is what is our heating source in this. So we do have our fire essence, so we can make all the lava we want. Go ahead and put a torch under here. Okay, check on the inside of this too. Okay, so we do have some red spots up here. So what I will do, let me see. Where was it? In here. I'm going to make up some more bricks. Now, the smeltery can go pretty much as tall as you want it to. I think it can be a 7 by 7 at the base, but as far as the height, I think it's pretty much as high as you want to go. Now, we've got to be careful because things can spawn up here on top of this. Because that's showing up in red. They can spawn inside the smeltery as well, and if they do that, then they drop blood, which you can use for different things as well. But I'm going to make a few slabs as well, because we can do kind of the same thing. I'm going to build up the smeltery height a little bit, and I'm going to slab the top so things won't spawn on top of it. So I don't know how big of a smeltery we're really going to need. Oh, and technically we don't need these corner pieces in here, but I just put them in there because I think it looks funny without them. Okay, we have exactly enough for that. Okay, so let's go ahead and put some half slabs on top of this. And nothing can spawn up here. If a mob spawns on the inside, I don't care. They are not going to hurt us in any way, as they will be inside the smeltery. Ouch. Ooh. Ooh, hurt myself. Let me get some food. Let's see, baked potato. All right. Get rid of that. All right, so that is the Tinker Smeltery. So let's take a look in the quest book real quick. I didn't see anything in there about quests for the tables and stuff. There might be. Let me turn this off. Add it. All right, so let's take a look. It might be goals and utilities. Okay, the smeltery is completed. That's the Agricraft journal. It's irrigation system, miscellaneous. Those are crops, flowers, crops. Okay, I see no quests in here for those tables. So I think we'd be safe to make them real quick. No, we don't need that. All right, so let's take a look. And I probably needed some of that grout or some of that seared brick, but oh well. If we need to, I can make a little more grout and do that. In fact, let me do that real quick anyway. So we've got in here, so it's gravel, sand, clay. Clay blocks, and then grout. Come on. Oh, I'm on red, that's fine. We'll go ahead and grab all that. We'll get some of this started. Oh, I already had some in there. That's all right. We'll just go ahead and get the rest of this going. May as well. I love it. It says, I am grout. Okay. We got to put this clay in here. And let's take a look at our Tinker's tables and stuff like that. May as well get those done. So Tinker's. So we need a crafting station. All right, so let's get some stuff out of here. We're going to get some of these. And of course, it's raining. Crafting table, you put that back in here, you get a crafting station. I think I need 2 of those. Because I need a stencil table, which is an oak wood plank with a blank pattern. We did blank patterns because you can use those for books. Where did I put the blank patterns at? They appear in these tools. Yes. I need a blank pattern. Okay. And just so you see, this is on 2 planks and 2 sticks makes a blank pattern. So we need a stencil table. Just go ahead and get some of these out of the way. Here's our stencil table. What's next? You can see they're all made out of different woods, so. Stencil table. Come on. Okay, part builder. And that's a log with a blank pattern on it. And that should work with the lime wood. Part builder. Okay, so we got our part builder. And then we need a part chest, which is a chest, blank pattern, 2 sticks, and that. So we need a chest. stencil out of here. Just be able to do this. Oh, we need sticks. Sticks. And then we've got a parts chest. And then the next thing we're going to need is the tool forge. Now the tool forge is a tool station. We made the tool station. Already, right? Since table crafting's. No, we didn't make a tool station. What's the tool station? There's blank pattern and a crafting table. Crafting station. That makes tool station. Okay, so stencil table, tool station, part builder, part chest, crafting station. And then we needed the tool forge. And this is seared bricks with the tool station and then iron blocks or whatever. These are all made from different types of metals. So we've got a bit of iron that I've made up here already. So let's go ahead and 2d4. That's 36. Just go ahead and do this real quick. Those with our tool station. All right, let me do this real quick. I'm going to get rid of the crafting table here. Oh, got my iron axe right there. And we're going to replace that with, we can just take the crafting table and make a crafting station out of it. Put that in there. There we go. Now, the difference between a crafting table and a crafting station is you can put things in here and it'll stay in there. So like, let's say I put those in there. Oh, I need to get something come back. Well, they're still in there. With the crafting table, that doesn't work that way. So, I'm going to make some of these bricks. So, tool station. 4 blocks of iron. 3 seared bricks. That gives us our tool forge. And so we've got the 4, essentially 4 plus the part chest of what we need to do anything in Tinkers. Now there is I guess there is a way that you're supposed to lay them out to give you the best layout for this thing, but this works just as easily as well. We're going to put the parts chest in the center, and then we're going to surround it by the other 3 tables. Part builder, stencil table, and so let's see, tool forge. So now they all have access to this chest in the center, so that you can get to the things that you put into the chest, which are your patterns and stuff like that. So that is our Tinker's stuff set up there, which is fantastic. Also on the smeltery here, you got the drains. I can put drains on the side of this block too because there are holes there, so I can put down another table or a casting basin here, and I can drain from either of them to do that. So let's see if I can show this to you real quick. I've got a bucket here. I have extra fire essence. Doesn't matter. I just need grab 4 iron essence. Let's just go ahead and grab a little bit of iron here. Normally you would do this with ores, but we don't have ores. So go ahead and make some lava. There we go. Got our lava bucket. And then we're going to put the lava into the tank that activates our furnace here. So we can come in here, we can toss our items in here, and it will smelt it down. Normally, again, you would put ores in here, and it would double those ores. So for every ore I get in here, I get 2 ingots back. But in this case, I can put ingots in there, and it's a 1-for-1 on ingots. You don't double them, otherwise it would get crazy, because you just double them, put them back in, double them again, and it would just go out of control. So, yeah. So this will make the liquid iron in here, but this is also how you make other types of metals as well, because you can put them in the smeltery. So we got 4 blocks and 4 ingots worth out of this. And then you can combine them together to make stuff like aluminum brass. You would do aluminum and copper, I think is what it is, to make some aluminum brass. But we've got the seeds for that. But you can see there's liquid iron in there. We can come over here and we can well, why aren't you draining? Normally you right click on this to get it to drain. Can't do it there. What's the point? What's the point in the casting basin if I can't use it? Maybe this will only allow me to smelt items or make items, so we're going to have to make some casts first. So let's see. I can do this. I'm going to take a piece of clay. And I'm going to wait a minute, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, I'm going to try this real quick. So we're going to try to make a cast for ingots. See if this works. I'm going to put a brick here. So I just put a stack of clay in here, and I'm going to make some regular clay bricks out of it. And then I'm going to come in here. I'm going to put some aluminum brass in here. Let it smelt up real quick. Okay, so I've got 8 ingots worth of aluminum brass in here. So we're going to come over here. We're going to make sure that one's on top, I think is how it works. Yeah, you just right click on it, I think, or is it? No, I think the one you want, it's got to be on the bottom, and then we can right click on this. No. Come on, why aren't you working? Is it the one on the top? I don't know. Why isn't this thing working? I'll have to research it, because normally that's what you would do. You would make your blocks and your ingots in here. What's the point of the smeltery if it's not usable for anything? So I don't know. I'm going to have to do some research on this and see if I can figure out what's going on. But right now we've got stuff in there that we can't get out. All right, well, that's it for this episode. Next episode, Lady Random should be back with us. In the meantime, I'm going to continue working on getting these up to 10, 10, 10, getting some more wood from trees and whatnot. Just wanted to do a little video here to get this done, because I promised her I would do it between episodes, and then we can continue working on quests when we're together. So until next time, this is Desert Rat. Have a good one. Goodbye.